Good morning, guys. It's me, Jesse, and you're watching the North Country. Isn't it exciting? Yeah, buddy, it's so exciting. Anyway, today's the day. Today is the day I decided to cross off that one thing I've wanted my whole life off my bucket list. And that is a better than Walmart mountain bike. Yeah, you guys already knew that. I've mentioned it. I can't tell you how many times on this channel I was going to get one someday, and I kept putting it off. But I'm not putting it off any longer. Nope, today's the day, and I'm going to pick out an affordable beginner mountain bike that really will do everything I need it to do forever, let's just say. So, let's go inside and I'll show you what it is. Okay, so this is the Trek Fuel EX5. We would consider this your gateway performance full suspension mountain bike. By full suspension, I mean it's got suspension in the back, so you've got a rear shock, you've got a suspension fork up front, you've got lots of travel to soak up the rocks, the roots, the bumps, and the smaller jumps. It has the large 29-inch wheels, which is going to make your ride smooth and fast. So those big wheels fill up the holes and they attack the obstacles, make you roll down the trail the easiest. It's equipped with an automatically adjusting dropper seat post, so you can bring your seat up and down to the exact height you want it as you ride, so that you can hover over your seat like you would on a motorcycle through the rocks and roots.
Gotcha.
And then when you're out on the paved trail or climbing a hill, you bring your seat up to maximum height, get the most performance out of your bike. This bike's equipped with adjustable geometry, so you can change how low or how high the bike rides in the angle of your fork to either stabilize it or make it more playful and nimble. So you can really tune this bike. The suspension is you can personally tune that to your rider weight with all of your gear by changing your compression and rebound settings. So in reality, this is a performance bike. It's equipped with hydraulic disc brakes, a one-speed drivetrain, which is beneficial because it's less prone to dropping a chain. You only have one shifter to manage, so it's simple. You can focus on your ride, have a great experience. It has a derailleur that has equipped with a clutch. And so what the clutch does, when it's off, the derailleur can open and close real easily, super smooth shifting, but when you get going down a bumpy trail, the chain can be prone to bouncing from the bumps. So you turn your clutch on, and that spring inside puts extra tension on this chain and keeps the chain nice and tight so it doesn't bounce against your frame. And
so this clutch should always stay on then?
Most of the time it's a set it and forget it. We turn it on and we don't worry about it. But if you get out on the Paul Bunyan trail and you're cruising, you'll get the smoothest, buttery shifting turning it off.
Okay. That's where I'm going to go now, so that's what I should do now.
Flip it down.
Okay.
And then the other thing is I like to talk about the high fives of bike ownership. So ride your bike every single day.
I do.
When you're done riding it, clean it.
Okay, I don't.
Lube it. Keep it tuned, stored inside. Wake up and repeat. High five.
Yeah, buddy. Okay.
So on a mountain bike like this, places to pay attention to. We call it a drivetrain. It's like a train on its tracks. Everything's connected to your chain. So keep your gears clean. Keep your rear derailleur and the pulleys clean, keep your chain clean, keep your front gear clean, and then keep that lubricated, and this thing's gonna run tip-top. So,
okay.
So this is the gateway.
This is the beginner item, and I thank you.
So, and when we talk about the Fuel EX line from Trek, this isn't beginner as in inexpensive. This is a premium product, obviously. And then you can work your way up. And so depending on the type of riding you're doing and how aggressive, what would you be getting? As you level up on the bike, you would convert from an aluminum frame to a carbon fiber frame. Carbon fiber is lighter, it's very strong, and it's a shock absorber. So lighter means less work from you, you get more performance out of it. They would upgrade brakes, they would upgrade wheels, they would upgrade shocks and the fork, they'd upgrade their shifting parts. And a lot of times it's losing weight, more precise shifting, and more performance, more power out of the bike. So you're gonna get riding, this may not even be your lifetime bike. This could be your gateway bike, and then we're gonna help you tap into beast mode, and you're gonna go see the world on a bicycle, have the best time of your life. You're gonna come see us regular for free inspections, and then decide what kind of preventative maintenance we can do. There's 240 opportunities to have a bike ready to ride in the spring.
Right.
So come see us starting in October, get your bike checked in, we'll go through it, make sure it's ready to go, clean, lube tuned, everything's been inspected. So come spring, you're riding. So for those who choose to wait till spring, they've actively potentially chosen to wait to ride. So we want people to come see us in October, and then we got a solution, we got a plan, you're always riding.
Sweet.
Okay.
It's your little lever you push up and down.
Right here. Yeah. So then let's go outside and I'll show you what we can do. If you want to get a photo. If you want to take a photo of the bike.
On the back of the suspension here, you're talking, there's a,
Yep,
there's a
some-
chart. Let me
there's a
get this.
chart. Yep.
You would think that it would be in front.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
Put about 100 psi in that front shock.
So 100 to 120 psi for 180 to 200 pounds. And that's where you put it, right through there.
Yep.
So don't use an air compressor to fill it up.
You'd likely deflate it,
Okay.
just because the air is. I have too many things in my hand.
We certainly can arrange that.
How often do you need to do this?
I check my air every day,
Oh, okay.
or every time I go and ride. I should clarify. Same with my air pressure on my tires. That one's a Presta valve.
Otherwise, I'd have to have a specialty valve then.
Right, you need a pump that could work. So most bike shops sell pumps that are not ambidextrous, but work for both platforms.
Okay.
So it's an open-close valve. Right now, there's no air going in or out.
All right.
So you loosen this guy,
All right.
and then you can hear the air. Now the air valve's open.
Okay.
You put the adapter on. Yep, I got it. And that turns it into a normal Schrader valve. Then you can inflate or deflate as needed.
Okay.
Obviously, you don't need it to deflate, so you can have it off. I recommend taking it off and closing your valve and using it as an adapter. Some people leave them on. I just think there's some danger of people pull on the valve a lot when they
Right.
leave it on.
I got
And
you.
that can cause issues where you get
Okay.
a flat tire.
Okay. I
Can,
got you.
can ruin your day. So you have a caliper on your car that looks just like this, but really big.
Right.
And then you have brake rotors, obviously.
Okay.
So when you take that rotor off, because your wheel's coming off because the rotor's affixed to the wheel,
Gotcha.
the space that is your rotor is no longer occupying between the pads.
Okay. I see.
So
what you're
if
saying.
someone's to squeeze your brake, it pushes your pads against nothing because there's nothing for them to push against.
Right.
And then they push all the way out, and then it exposes the inner system and all the fluid comes out. It's not good.
Okay.
So how
That's
do you use
that's
it?
worst case
So that
scenario.
replaces this disc.
When you take the wheel off.
Yep.
Exactly.
Do you anticipate taking the wheel off?
No.
frequently? Okay. Googling track suspension setup can bring you to there's this program online that you just click a couple buttons. You click what bike you bought, your body weight, and the model year, and then it lets you know how much pressure to put in your shocks. At least a guideline. These
Okay.
are all just guidelines. They're not your
So what are you putting in there?
165 to start.
165 to start.
Yep.
And that's what you put in the front too, right?
I put 100 even.
Oh, 100 even in the front. And that's the same one you're using for the shock.
Yep.
Okay. This is a little more complicated than I thought. I bought that Trek here. I paid 900 bucks for it, what, 10 years ago? I haven't done anything to it except ride it. That's it.
We brought one in here for maintenance. I thought.
Now, how often do you check your shock thing that you're doing here? When you say every time too?
I put my shock pump on my bike every time.
Every time, okay. Now, what are you doing with that? What's down there?
So that's your rebound control.
What does that mean?
So if we look at it, I like diagrams because they make things easy. I got the bike. So right here, notice I'm putting my finger right where you need to be looking.
Okay, I see it.
You see the jackrabbit and the hair?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So there's the turtle and the hare.
Right?
Rebound
Okay.
Rebound is your reaction from the ground up.
Gotcha.
So you hit a bump. And imagining jackrabbits are fast and springy, turtles are slow. So if you feel like your shock's getting away from you, you want to slow it down. If you feel
Okay.
like it's not responding quick enough to the stimuli that you're driving over,
Right.
then you turn it up.
And this is the only side. You don't have to do the other side.
Correct. Otherwise, this can all come later as you learn your bike more and more. Don't treat this as like your whole manual.
Right.
Our one goal is to ride and have fun.
Right.
So ride it as you get more and more questions. Even if you forget everything I told you, as long as you're riding the bike and having fun, that's, I think, more important.
I do too.
But then as you get these questions of how to tune and do more things, just call us, talk to us. You know, we're experienced.
Yeah, buddy. Right now I'm in downtown Brainerd and I'm gonna ride my bike home. Heck yeah! So here's the thing, guys. Our lives, yours too, all of us, our lives are filled with oftentimes a lot of anguish, a lot of ups, a lot of downs, and there is, let's just face it, in this country today, there is a fog. It's a giant fog, and it's an evil fog. It is really evil. And I think in one form or another, it has metastasized and affected everybody's life in one form or another. And there are a lot of different coping mechanisms that people have with dealing with this evil. And there's nothing else that can describe it except what it is, which is pure evil. So this is one of several ways that I cope with it. I have another bike, a street bike, nothing even remotely close to as nice as this, and that has given me a lot of solace getting out and riding it. I'm just trying to pick up the Paul Bunyan Trail, which I accidentally did right here. Huh, look at that. Okay, where was I? Yeah, this was on my bucket list. I'm not getting any younger. I don't know how long I'll be able to keep up this sort of thing, let's just say. Pushing 70 now. But let's just say I'll keep it up as long as I'm able. Hence, why I didn't wait till I was 80 to buy me a real mountain bike. So let me explain to you why. I'm retired now, and I don't want to go into any great details because, let's face it, everyone out there has stressful situations in their lives, some more than others, some all the time, some every once in a while. Mine used to be all the time, not so much anymore. When I mean all the time, I had a job that was extremely stressful all the time. I've since retired from that line of work. And don't ask, I'm not going to tell anybody what it was, but it could get really bad at times. So, hang on. So because of that job, there was only people related in that field that I worked in that I could confide in or talk to, because nobody else understood, and the ones that weren't in that field didn't give a shit. Which is fine. Yeah, I get it. So get to the bottom line, Jesse. What's the bottom line? Well, at one time in my life, not now, but back in those days, I was pretty much a raging alcoholic. I didn't have an outlet to vent out all those frustrations, let's just say. So I turned to booze like a lot of people. Casual at first, a drink here, a drink there, social settings, and then a drink here, a drink there with friends on the weekends. And before you know it, it get to be every day 2 or 3, then every day 3 or 4, and over a period of time you just drank yourself to sleep. It's true, it's just true. But I've moved past that, thankfully, thanks to, praise be to our Father in heaven. So he's given me a second chance on that front. And then, having gotten that second chance, I didn't want to blow it, but I still needed an outlet to vent. I still needed something to calm me down, because I'm a hyperactive person. If you haven't figured that out, I'm hyper. And so I need to vent all the time. All the time. Especially with this giant fog of evil over our country that's affecting every single person, all of our lives, and our everyday focus is on evil things, because it's shoved right in our face everywhere we go, all the time. You know what it is. I don't need to go into that. What's evil to me may not be to you, and vice versa. So yeah, it doesn't matter what your level of evilness is. I have found that bike riding, especially in the area that I live, keeps me focused. It calms me. There's nothing to do out here except think and ride. And it's so peaceful that you can't really focus on negative things if you wanted to. So that's the reason I wanted an expensive mountain bike. Now I'm going to take this over to the trails, because we got probably, I think we have the best mountain bike ride trails in the whole country here. Even though I'm not on a mountain bike trail right now, I'm on the Bunyan trail, which is all paved, and it's an easy ride. Whoop whoop. And even this, where I'm not riding by, you know, sandy beaches and rivers and streams and creeks and all that stuff, which are mountain bike trails, do accommodate a lot of that. It relaxes me more than you could know. So thanks for watching, everybody. I'll be showing you more of this, and some of the scenery that I'm going to show you is breathtaking, literally breathtaking. So don't let this fog of evil get you down. Get outdoors and calm yourself. Stay off the booze and stay off the devices, which is impossible for most people, including myself. Okay, guys, love you. Bye.